Hey, sports fans, I'm Rich Herrera from 98.7 The Fan. Thanks for joining us. We're getting ready for Monday Night Football, so we have an abbreviated show on The Fan tonight. So starting at 7 o'clock, we're working on these headlines for you. Everybody in town talking about what in the world happened to the Buccaneers. They got down early, but they come fighting back, and you're thinking 2 in a row, right? Well, the Saints had a different idea. They haven't lost at home to the Bucs since 2010, and they weren't about to lose yesterday. So here's what happened. The Buccaneers have an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter. They can't protect it. The Saints get a touchdown, a field goal, and a safety to tie the ball game before they win it in overtime. A 12-play, 80-yard drive capped off with Kyrie Robinson scoring on a 18-yard run, which had Buccaneers not making tackles, not making plays. Defense wasn't able to hold everything together, and you're not going to win if you're the Buccaneers if you have over 100 yards at penalties on 15 flags. Sloppy ball game in that fourth quarter. Buccaneers need to tighten that thing up. Again, you have everything that went out the window after that Steelers game where everybody's like, hey, listen, we got a chance to go to the play. No, you don't. You lost to the Saints. We're going to talk about that coming up this week here on 98.7 The Fan. Also, did you watch any college football over the weekend? I called it. If you listen to the show, I told you on Thursday, I don't like Oregon taking on Arizona at home. Why? Because Thursdays are tough games, especially if you have to play one of those teams you always have trouble with. So Arizona bit Oregon 2 years in a row, and they're going to knock them out of the top 5. But I didn't know that we're going to have a demolition derby on Saturday where 4 of the top 6 teams lose. Alabama lost on the road to Ole Miss. Ole Miss and Mississippi State are in the top 10? What? Oklahoma loses at TCU. So here's your new top 5 in college football. You ready? At Florida State, number 1. Number 2, Auburn. They jump up after they take care of business against LSU. And then at number 3, you have a tie between Mississippi and Mississippi State with Baylor, number 5. By the way, the Pac-12, who got punished this weekend, they have a new contender, the University of Arizona. They're 5-0, and they jump up to number 10 in this week's poll. By the way, this just coming across Twitter right now, Will Muschamp's press conference canceled. They haven't done that in 20 years. What's that mean? You better stick around on the Fan all day long. If something breaks up in Gainesville, we'll bring it to you here on 98.7. Now, let me talk about the Major League Baseball playoffs because that's where I was all weekend. What an amazing playoffs we've seen so far around Major League Baseball, and all the former Tampa Bay Rays continue to have success. So James Shields, Wade Davis, congratulations. You lead the Kansas City Royals into the American League Championship Series. We'll take on former Tampa Bay Ray Delman Young, who's part of that Orioles team that knocked off 3 Cy Young Award winners. They take care of business with Scherzer, Verlander, and then they beat David Price on Sunday. So congratulations. They both advanced to the American League Championship Series. Tonight, you have the San Francisco Giants trying to close things out against a former Ray and Jose Lobaton, who's playing for the Washington Nationals. And then later, former Rays J.P. Howell, Carl Crawford will be in St. Louis to take on the Cardinals. So all the Major League Baseball playoff action we'll discuss here on the program this week as well. Now, don't forget, coming up tonight, we're on the air with you at 7, and we're leading up to 7:45 where we kick it over to Westwood 1 for the pregame show. It is Monday Night Football. The defending Super Bowl champion, Seattle Seahawks, will take on the Washington Redskins. But until then, you can always find me on Twitter. RBI Rich is my Twitter handle, and I'll see you tonight, 7 p.m. on 98.7 The Fan.